that diversity is important and a cherished value in Oak Park, but we can't take it for granted. Hi, I'm Rob Braymeyer. I'm the Executive Director at the Oak Park Regional Housing Center. And every day, the Housing Center is helping people find apartments and helping landlords find great tenants. And it's through that process that we help sustain the diversity and integration of Oak Park.
When we first chose to come here, we were looking at the schools according to the statistics, and we really did want to seek a diverse community.
Once we had our daughter, it became very apparent that this was really the only place that we wanted to raise her in the area. And most of that had to do with the idea of diversity.
I have thought about integration as one of the key reasons why I live in Oak Park, why I've stayed in Oak Park. I love the fact that it is a mixed community.
When you come here and you see a diversity in the people who own businesses and the people who are, affluent or just simply are able to have sustainable life, it's inspiring and makes you want to be a part of it. I think Oak Park gives that vision more than anywhere else.
We didn't know what to expect when we moved here, for sure. And living on Austin, we had a few people telling us, oh, be careful there, whatever. But that wasn't our experience. We got to know the people who own the stores down the street from us. We know a lot of the people in our community by name, and these are people who I don't know if I would have had the opportunity to meet other than living where we live.
As a manager of a building, my primary interest is always to have good tenants. And I know that the Housing Center strives for diversity. These two things are not mutually exclusive.
Well, we market a lot of our apartment units through the Housing Center, and without them we would not be able to promote the kind of diversity that we have in our apartment buildings that we achieve because of their really good work.
I think as an owner, to work with the Oak Park Housing Center makes my job a lot easier.
They know the building and they know its assets, and they can bring a person to me who is interested in that.
I think one of the biggest things that I've found is that the amount of caring that goes on in the organization and how they're able to actually serve people.
They don't just leave it at the point of helping someone find an apartment, that they're staying on top of the best research, the best information. They're involved with other partners in the community to make sure that all of those other aspects involved with that intentionality is there.
What I think is so wonderful is how fast it goes. I mean, I can remember looking for apartments before and we're driving all around, and then you get there and you look and it's not really what you wanted. Or, hearing about it on the phone doesn't tell you that there's a cement factory in the back and it's really noisy or dusty or dirty. And this is just so easy.
They actually take a very personal approach with the folks that they work with and the families that they work with. So it's not just about trying to get them through a process, it's about really understanding what their needs are, where they're coming from, and how best to serve them.
And it was super easy. We just came in here and everyone here was super helpful, and we found an apartment. Same day.
So I came back this morning and Mimi showed me around and showed me 5 different places, and I found the perfect place, and there's no way I would have found it without the Housing Center.
I love the Housing Center. I think it's such a great asset to Oak Park, and I don't know where I could find something like this anywhere else in the country. I think this is still unique.
I really do think that it's important to remember that a diverse community it's not a happy accident. It doesn't happen just, whoa, here we are, utopia. That it takes work.
By having a nonprofit here that reminds us of our best selves, that allows us to continue the conversation and to really look at the work we have to do, and to do that work with joy.
If it weren't for the Housing Center, we wouldn't be here having the same conversation.
My experience has been so good, I recommend it to anybody else that I know of that's renting any kind of unit.
In the end, we can't take our diversity for granted. The diversity and integration, the inclusion in this community, there's no way that will be able to continue if we don't have an effort in place. That effort is the Housing Center. It works with others, but it's at the Housing Center. If we want to be able to have this community continue to be the place we all cherish, we need to support the Housing Center.